Hello world, ici Pigeon, et voici de retour sur une série pour plus de stories. Alors, ceci est une introduction pour le niveau qui va suivre, qui va durer plus d'une heure, presque une heure et demie. Et donc c'était pour mentionner que dans ce niveau, c'est la même chose, on ne fait que monter des marches pendant 1h20, et que du coup c'est un marathon de la tendinite, pour dire ça comme ça. Et que du coup, les premiers quarts d'heure, je parle en français, et le reste du temps, l'heure qui est issue, je ne parle qu'en anglais. Voilà, donc c'était pour mentionner quand même ce fait, pour ceux qui se demanderaient pourquoi une vidéo aussi longue du coup. Donc dans la description, je pense que je réexpliquerai un petit peu. Donc maintenant, je switch en anglais. So, hello everyone, hello world, Pigeon here. So I would like to talk about for once in English, because the level that will follow this very short introduction is extremely long, as you have guessed by looking at the timer of this video, which is I guess about an hour and a half, and it look straight on. And so what I just explained was that I was beginning by talking in French as usual, as my young self is, in French, and after 15 minutes in, I just completely switched for English. So if you want something completely annoying, but in English this time and not in French, well, just skip to the 15 minutes mark, or if you want more simple, an easier thing to notice, it's when the platform become purple. When it's not white anymore, it becomes purple for the first time. So it's like at roughly about 50 minutes in. So thank you very much for listening, and well, I hope you can survive this marathon of this tendinite marathon that I went through, just for you and for my own pleasure of breaking my hands, like every day. So, goodbye everyone. Ok, next. Qu'est-ce qu'on a ensuite? Over 9000 Steps par Melvin. L'aventure la plus ennuyeuse ever. Alors, petit son, double son, clé rouge. Et on a l'hologramme. D'accord, je vous mets ce qu'on va voir et est-ce qu'on va réussir à aller jusqu'au bout. On a quasiment le même design et s'il a vraiment fait 9000 escaliers, déjà il faudrait que je mette quelque chose sur la touche de droite. Est-ce que j'aurais pas quelque chose sous la main là? Alors je regarde pas trop, c'est quelque chose qui aura un poids assez important pour qu'on ait juste besoin d'utiliser notre main gauche en fait. Lui je vais changer de doigt, je vais prendre le petit l'auriculaire. Ok, on va reprendre le majeur. Enfin, non. En fait non, c'était l'annulaire que j'avais au départ. Je sais pas si ça veut dire qu'on a fait 200 marches ou 100. On a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ok, un écran c'est 10 marches. Donc il faut traverser 900 écrans pour faire 10 marches. Alors normalement c'est possible du coup de faire tous ces écrans sans problème. À moins que c'est 9 marches du coup. On disait qu'une marche c'était une montée au moins. Attendez, on peut grimper. J'aimerais bien savoir ce qu'il y a sur la gauche. juste prendre la sauvegarde, grimper et espérer qu'on ne meure pas sur la gauche. Parce que du coup, c'est-à-dire qu'on a au moins 45 000 écrans à traverser. Ça fait déjà pas mal. Alors peut-être qu'après on pourrait avoir le grand saut, ce qui pourrait être pas mal. Voilà. Donc maintenant que ceci est fait, il faut traverser au moins les écrans. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Non, il y a 9 marches en fait. Ça veut dire qu'il faut traverser sans écran. Donc j'ai dû en traverser au moins une dizaine. Ce qui veut dire que c'est peut-être en fait le marqueur pour dire que j'ai fait 1000 marches. C'est fort possible. Après, il faudrait voir le temps que je mette. À voir quoi, on va voir. 21. Ok, 3 secondes pour traverser un écran. Alors si j'assume qu'on a 3 secondes pour traverser un écran, et qu'il faut traverser 9000 marches, sachant qu'il y a 9 ou 10 marches à l'écran. On va assumer qu'il y en a 10 d'abord, pour dans le meilleur des cas, et 9. C'est-à-dire que dans le meilleur des cas, on doit traverser 90 écrans en 3-4 secondes. Ce qui veut dire que du coup, on va passer entre 3 minutes 30 à 4 minutes pour traverser les marches dans le meilleur des cas. Sinon, dans le pire des cas, il faudrait traverser 9 marches à chaque fois. Et du coup, il faudrait faire sans écran en 3-4 secondes. Ouais, c'est ça. Donc il faudrait traverser du coup donc 100 fois 3 ou 4, donc ça ferait 5 minutes ou 6 minutes et 40 secondes du coup à faire tout ça. Alors du coup je me demande ce qui se passe en fait. Est-ce que le boss du coup c'est les marches? Est-ce que c'est censé représenter ça du coup? Il faudrait accélérer en fait en x10 pour voir ce qui se passe, juste pour que ce soit fluide à la limite. En fait on verrait juste l'écran de chargement de la barre de vie passer, et sachant que notre barre de vie et barre de magie entre guillemets ne bouge pas, je me demande si il faut récupérer vraiment tous les bonus pour pouvoir tout faire. Allez, il reste encore 2 écrans pour la barre de vie, vu que j'ai perdu un peu de vie avant. Ah non, ça va peut-être charger un peu plus. Vous avez utilisé You used. Bon bah apparemment il est temps de repartir sur l'aventure de l'escalade de marche. Alors du coup, de quoi pourrais-je parler en attendant continuer cette passionnante aventure? C'est-à-dire que déjà c'est le challenge, c'est de pouvoir réussir à trouver un sujet de conversation intéressant durant je ne sais combien de temps. Du coup c'est au moins 6-7 minutes. Oui, parce qu'on ne sait jamais, on a peut-être besoin de revenir en arrière. Mais bon, en supposant qu'on puisse trouver un sujet de conversation intéressant, ce qui est une probabilité en fait quasi nulle, une probabilité de 0 en fait. Hein. 0 qui est quasi nul, d'accord, une probabilité qui est quasi nulle, ça ne veut pas dire que c'est nul, parce que la probabilité nulle, ça veut dire que c'est l'ensemble vide. Mais quand on dit 0, ce n'est pas nécessairement l'ensemble vide. Voilà. Bon, maintenant que on a dégagé ça, ce petit fait que le cher prof de maths m'avait appris il y a 4-5 ans. On peut maintenant essayer de retrouver quelque chose de plus intéressant. Le problème, c'est que il faut pas trop répéter les mêmes choses, les mêmes mots, car du coup, ça devient un petit peu c'est un peu comme si on tournait en rond finalement, et on veut même pas essayer d'avancer, de progresser un petit peu dans notre recherche de littérature, alors du coup pas écrite cette fois-ci, mais plutôt orale, afin de pouvoir atteindre cet objectif qui n'est autre que de monter bien sûr ces plus de 9000 marches qui nous ont été imposées. Alors après, est-ce que cette culture des 9000 marches provient de la même culture de Dragon Ball Z, avec le petit scouter sur le nom anglais, parce que je ne connais pas le nom français, ça fait très longtemps que j'ai vu tout ceci, et apparemment on a un petit peu d'animation dans le coin. J'espère qu'il n'y aura pas des bouffes après. Cette petite animation qui a failli nous déranger d'ailleurs. Waouh! Je n'arrive pas à croire que j'ai réussi à survivre à ça d'ailleurs. Pour une petite note au passage. Mais oui. Il faut donc avec le scouter, oui, de dire, est-ce que du coup ça vient de cette fameuse réplique de Dragon Ball Z, de dire It's over 9000, et je ne sais plus après ce qu'ils disent, mais what does scouter says? It's over 9000, etc. Après, bon, c'est vrai que cette culture, moi, je suis assez inculte à propos de ça déjà, donc je ne me souvenais plus que dans Dragon Ball Z, la série originale, il prononçait même ces mots, hein, parce que ça fait très sincèrement très longtemps que j'ai vu ces premiers épisodes de cet animé. C'est vrai que récemment, j'ai plus regardé des choses qui étaient un peu plus récentes en termes d'animé, donc et pas forcément des choses que certains pourraient connaître, si jamais il y en a qui regarde ceci. Je ne pourrais d'ailleurs pas non plus dire les titres, parce que ces titres seraient un petit peu... Je pense que je pourrais me craquer un petit peu si j'essayais de prononcer ces titres correctement, et je suis sûr qu'il y aurait quelques cafouillages qui traîneraient de ce côté-là. J'en suis quasiment certain que ça arrivera. Enfin bon. Bon, maintenant qu'on a traversé un nombre incalculable d'écrans, je ne me sens toujours pas très à l'aise de pouvoir continuer tout ceci, de continuer ce flow assez instoppable de mots, qui d'ailleurs est un de mes très gros défauts, parce que même les profs me disent des fois que je vais très vite, hein, surtout en anglais. Parce qu'en anglais, bah, apparemment je suis bon, ce qui est assez étrange, mais bon. On verra si ce flow qui finira par lasser toutes les personnes qui seront présentes ici, à moins que ces personnes s'intitulent des robots. Dans ce cas, est-ce que ces robots vont penser, du coup, peut-être des androïdes ou des cyborgs, si on considère la moitié des choses. Mais il faut dire quand même que, continuer une conversation intéressante, déjà, il faut pouvoir définir ce que c'est l'intérêt. Qu'est-ce qui est intéressant? Le problème, c'est que l'intérêt, c'est finalement quelque chose qui se définit pour chacun, qui est assez unique. Finalement, il y a des intérêts propres à chacun, et tout le monde ne partage pas nécessairement ces mêmes intérêts, que ce soit en conversation, dire même la conversation est peut-être aussi un intérêt en lui-même, hein. Voilà, certains sont peut-être plus fans de agir, puis après parler. C'est jamais, hein, on voit tellement de cafouillages, tellement de faits capillotractés qui arrivent juste à cause de ça, hein, d'agir avant de négocier. On pourrait par exemple penser, si on pouvait donner un fait un petit peu historique qui n'est pas forcément connu de beaucoup, le fait que alors c'est la communauté de Zanzibar, je crois, au 19e siècle, je crois, qui était sous l'emprise du colonialisme britannique, avait décidé de se révolter contre cet empire, justement. À moins que ce soit au 20e siècle, je ne sais plus. Au début du 20e siècle, c'est fort possible. Ils ont décidé de se révolter, et du coup, la personne qui a fait cette révolte a décidé de construire, de prendre en main l'hôtel de ville, un petit peu de la capitale de la région. Sauf que le problème, c'est que les Britanniques n'étaient pas très d'accord avec ça, et ils ont décidé d'envoyer des troupes. Et une demi-heure plus tard, le chef de cette révolte a décidé de rappeler gentiment le domaine, le maître colon, ou je ne saurais quel autre nom attribué à cette personne, a décidé de rappeler et de se rendre finalement, de dire que c'était en fait une blague finalement. Alors après je ne dis ça, je dis que c'est une blague, mais je ne sais pas après si c'était vraiment le cas ou non, mais dans ce cas ce serait une très mauvaise blague, mais vu la durée de cette guerre, on pourrait quand même dire fortement que ce serait une bonne blague, ce qui est ce fait historique que l'on pourrait appeler guerre. Donc oui, des choses intéressantes qui se passent qu'on n'est pas forcément au courant, mais après, faut dire qu'après c'est la curiosité qui amène les choses. Plus on est curieux, plus on va essayer de chercher des choses intéressantes, si bien sûr on a une once de curiosité qui traîne dans notre esprit. Bien évidemment, tout le monde n'a pas forcément ne va pas forcément adopter ce fait d'être curieux. Là, ça dépend de chacun. Mais après, ça peut amener des choses intéressantes de découvrir plein de faits à propos du monde qu'on ne connaissait pas sur la communauté humaine, finalement. Donc, c'est plutôt pas mal tout ce qui se passe, en fait. Mais bon. Après, quand on va parler sur un monologue pendant un quart d'heure qui n'a absolument aucun sens, parce que déjà, il n'y a aucune organisation whatsoever qui existe dans celle-ci, je pourrais même à la limite essayer d'entamer une conversation en anglais, mais le problème c'est que, vu que 99,99% des personnes m'auront quitté d'ici là, je doute que même les personnes qui sont américaines, parce qu'il n'y a pas que des personnes françaises qui regardent, je remercie d'ailleurs ces personnes américaines et aussi françaises qui ont peut-être survécu jusqu'ici d'avoir regardé. So I would like to thank again all the people who are willing to try to listen to my very annoying voice until the end, because I don't have counted at all how many steps I have mounted so far. I think it's not right. How should I say that? How many steps I passed? I guess I've stepped on up. I stepped on. Yes, it should work. How many steps I had stepped on so far? But well, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's the color purple that maybe changed my speech into an English one, my annoying French speaking into an annoying English speaking one, and whether it is from my English speech comes from Ireland or England or America, well, it's for you to decide. I personally don't know. I like to try to give my best accent in English if I can when I'm speaking, but since I'm pretty sure like no one will be able to survive up until this part of this probably very long video, I think I can do a little bit what I want at this point. But yes, it's like something completely random that happens. It's like well, if you talk about randomness, I could talk about how in some day an idea just like that popped up into my mind, and I was talking to, well, not talking to myself, but rather thinking, well, what if we could create a phonetic language, and we based our language with the current symbol used for the alphabet, for example, or the numbers, which are the most common. We stick to the usual rules with the numbers. If we have two numbers that are stuck together, well, it's another number that is bigger, 10 times bigger usually, or maybe something else, because it's not necessarily 10 or 100 that we are speaking about in numbers. But it's just happened like that. I try to have this idea. I don't know how it would have worked so far. So I created a few words. It was quite nice with just the basis of those symbols, the normal symbols and the reverse symbols, aka the upper and lower cases, which was quite fun to do for a little bit. I wanted to try to do a little video about that, but since I'm already that terrible at doing videos because it's well, unedited almost completely, I don't think I would have done such a great job to speak about something that is quite interesting to do, because you can create some interesting rules in those languages, and trying to replicate the complete dictionary in English, for example, is quite a hard challenge to think about, because if we only use the symbols that are existing in this language, well, it's a bit hard. And well, I guess I have to do again like 500 steps or something like this. So I guess that since we are still in the purple world, I will continue to do this. For I would have thought that this little plant wouldn't have shot its shots that early, and I don't seem to have encountered some kind of save point anywhere here, or checkpoints, so I guess that I have to continue on like this. Maybe it could be easier, by the way, to talk in English, because, well, what I've just talked about in French, and just quotes, like 5 to 10 minutes ago, it was how to be entertaining and find some a conversation to talk about that would be interesting, which is of course pretty much impossible for my case, because I'm a very terrible speaker, and I don't mean that I don't know a whole lot in both language, as many different words or anything like this. No, I'm talking about how I can speak to someone in a good way, because, well, I'm kind of always straight when I'm speaking, so it's very, very problematic. And I should have counted how much time we were into this level, because I don't think that we have reached like a quarter of an hour, like 15-16 minutes maybe. I think no, maybe even 20 minutes already, because I think I finished the previous level in another 10 minutes. So it's nothing to worry about. Something that might be worrying, I don't really know if it's audible or not, but if you think I'm not actually breathing, it's not true. I'm actually very much breathing while speaking during this time. It's true that I should have brought some kind of water bottle beside me, or maybe even a glass of water, but the problem is that it would have slowed down things, so I'd rather try to stick with what I've done, what I've just been doing, like just holding up and right with my right hand, and with my middle finger for the up key, and the ring finger, I think it's what it's called, for the fourth finger. And I do say ring finger because it's the only thing I know in the I've read it in another game, which is Ib, which was quite an interesting game to be honest, because I very much like the storyline. It's very creative in some way, and well, of course, the true ring finger, if you have to talk about a ring finger, is on the left hand and not the right hand, because it's my right hand that is obviously holding the up and right keys, and my well, left hand is not really holding the S key. It's just tapping from time to time, and I do hope that I will reach a save point anytime soon, because I don't know how much time I have wasted trying to get back to that point, to where this plant was, and I'm looking very carefully that I don't miss those save points on those tiny screens where there's just only one platform to to go across. Well, across to just those steps, those half steps, I'd say. Maybe more like a third with the 2/5 maybe. Yeah, I think it's like 2 blocks from the left screen and 3 blocks on the right screen. So let's see. Maybe we will be able to get over those 9,000 steps. Well, I don't know how many steps they are, but if it's an endurance challenge, well, it's on them. But I'm glad I've accepted that. That my dumbness would go so far to as doing such a nice level. Well, it's a bit sad that there's not much of music, but I don't want to have mine in. Oh, thank you. Don't want to add my music because I mean I'm listening to pretty much anything. I'm playing a little riffing game called Osu, and I have like over 8,000 different files. So I think it would stand for 7,500 different kind of music I would have, and if I had to take a look at my phone, I'd say that I would have about 400, 4 to 500 music on it. So, oh well, music. Someone did told me that music and songs are a bit different. So, because I think that songs implies that there is a voice somewhere, so music is a bit more general. I will just stand for music. But technically, in my file, in my also file, it's called songs. So there's only songs. So why not songs and why music? I'd say that music is a bit more general. But or maybe I'm going the other way around, and whatever. I say song anyway. I'd rather say song. Song is it's pretty much nice word. It's very short, just one phoneme, one sound only. Well, sound, old sound I'd say, not something that is very surprising, and it's not very original. I've seen that thing before, but was it on the same step or was it another one? But the question would be now, that would be very interesting, is would I be able to finish this level if there was absolutely no death involved? Would I be able to finish, and not mentioning the exploration of the thing of the under path quote in on the left side of the level, accessible from the left side of the level? If I'll be able to finish this level faster than the creator creating this level, or if I would take a longer time. That would be quite an interesting philosophical question, because if all he has to do is copy and paste every platform, every screen with just one on the right and one on top every time, well, maybe he could have done that in like, I don't know, 20 minutes, maybe? I think that now I've passed the 25 minutes playtime on this level alone. So I think I will stick to one video on this one and like upload it as a bonus somewhere to say that if you are ready for a marathon, trying to listening to someone for this long, well, I guess you will be able. Oh no, it changed colors. Should I really go back to French? I mean, it's a nice change to talk in English, and I think that the transition came quite nicely when I was beginning to talk in English, because it was, I think, just when the transition between white platforms and purple platforms came in, so maybe it's a nice thing. So now my question would be, how many steps do I go across before having another save point? And how many steps do I cross before changing platform colors? Because is there like a constant pattern? Like you see how many... Well, I think it would be more easier if you go through the editor and look at how the level is done to see if there's like something constant about... Oh, something a little bit more constant about the how many steps you have to go across before hitting another checkpoint, or standing on another checkpoint, or using another checkpoint, whatever. There's so many expressions I could use at this point. But hey, it's very interesting because the more you climb this level, if I could say it like that, or the more you go deeper and further, higher into this level, yes, it should work that way. The further you go and higher you go into this level, the more questions can come into your mind. It's a bit like that video from Vsauce that I've seen, I think, like 2 or 3 times, but I think I should watch it again, because it was like 2-3 years ago since the last time I saw it, and the conclusion was quite interesting. It was, I think it was The Speed of Dark, maybe, the title, and he really talked about, what was he talking about? I think it was, yes, it was beginning with the speed, talking about the speed of light, but how do you see the speed of darkness, and how it's kind of relative sometimes to the speed of light at some point, and then it switched at some point with the physical speed of dark to a more psychological or philosophical speed of knowledge, of how we progress with technology, gaining more knowledge every time we make a discovery, and the conclusion, which is I think that sticks to my heart now, is that they say, I think it was a quote from a book, I think, and the author wrote that the more your field of knowledge expands, or extends maybe, the more your field of question extends. And so it's interesting that such simple things can be true at times. Like you have a problem, so you have to resolve it, but sometimes this problem will make you question even more things, like how every discovery related to science, or maybe like in philosophy. I'd rather, it's more easier to talk about math and science. When you discover a new, I don't know, a new rule, a new demonstration that was successfully proven, how you can question on, oh well, how could I use this property, this demonstration into some other field in my current science field, or maybe in like another field of science, or in science in general, if we would like to talk about math, or maybe in math itself, if I have to take an example again. But yeah, see, it was very interesting to talk about that. I think I had that in mind to talk about this like 5 minutes ago, so yeah, it was nice. It was a nice video to watch, and I think I should watch it again before summer vacation kicks in. Well, rather summer break. I don't know if I will be working this summer. I do hope it will be the case, because at least I will be able to make some money, and since my father just passed away earlier this year in 2017, like end of February. It's a bit hard. It's a bit harder, so we have to count and watch closely how money-wise how it goes. So I do hope that I can at least continue my studies without too much trouble and be able to continue alongside my research in language, in English and French, of course. But right now, I think that with my native language, French, I only have done so far what I've talked about a long time ago, which was the phonetic language, because it was quite interesting to notice a few things. But I also did that in the English language, and I did much more research on the English language, to be honest. Sadly, I don't have my notebook in hand or inside, so I really can't do much. And the problem is that since there are a few enemies that kind of appears from time to time on those screens, I really can't take my time to look through this and search for this notebook. But if I have to continue about my research, which is also something that popped in just like that into my mind, there was a second step into this research. So after the phonetic language, well, second step could be a bit contradictory as how you would define such a word that is second. Well, the expression second step, which, by the way, is not a pun with what's happening right now. Of course, no pun intended, never. I mean, I'm not funny at all. Why would there be puns anyway in this video and this whole speech? To be honest, really, it's not possible. But sorry, I'm very sorry for those who are still able to listen to me, who like still didn't take any aspirin since the very beginning of this level, or maybe this talk in English, or maybe even the talk in French for those who, well, do both. Talking would like to do some English and the others maybe some English and French, or maybe some French. And they abandoned when I was beginning to talk in English. But congrats for the one person, or maybe rather 1%, maybe the 0.0001% of people who will be able to go from the start to the end of this video. So I will have a bit of a few problems if I can't see very well where are those save points. But it seems that you have reached so far the fourth part of this level, so maybe it's like 2,250 steps for each color. So it'll be 2250, then 4,500, and then 6,750. So it will be the very last part. We'll achieve the 9,000 steps. So it means that we have already done quite some traveling, like 7,000 steps. So it's very decent. Well, maybe I should add a warning for those who would like to watch this video, because I don't think it doesn't really make any sense right now, and like I still have something to talk about that dates back from 2 or 3 minutes ago, and that I've just done when this transition came around. So yes, it's pretty much nonsensical. But alright, so I've actually released the up key by accident, so it's not Tyrannus that reached my middle finger, but I just released unconsciously, because I think I pretty much really jumped with the right timing to be able to go through those steps without having to climb them by accident. But let's go back to what I was mentioning 3 to 4 minutes ago, that saying that second step is a bit contradictory, but rather like a second way to analyze the language. So what do I mean by second way to analyze the language? Well, it means that like the first step, quote, was about more like the sound. How can you recreate the language with a sound? And the second step, quote, is almost didn't see that. The second step is rather like an analysis of how you could link every word. So of course I can't look through I guess 100,000 of words in the English dictionary, whether it's come from the Oxford or the Cambridge one. I don't know which one is the official, or even if one of them is the official dictionary in the UK or maybe the US. I don't know. I do know that in France it's more like Larousse or Petit Robert ou Grand Robert, or Grand Robert, on sait jamais. We never know. I get mixing everything in now. That is the official dictionary in France. There are multiple, so maybe Oxford and Cambridge are the main dictionary of in England or UK or US, etc. So the second part is so how can you link them? And so what I had done for like 600 words, it's like I created a board where the columns would be the end of words. So for example, if I take something very simple, I should really have my notes on me. Let's say for example that we have I don't know, it's very complicated. I didn't think about that beforehand, so I'm very sorry, but I'm going through everything I had in mind. I had done at this point. Oh yes, that's why the ending IGHT. So, right, for example. One thing to mention is that I learned that quite recently, is that in French the kind of thing I'm doing is I'm talking about the ending words or words in general are called phonemes. So maybe it's like phoneme. I don't really know, which means like a sound or something like this. And with those ending sounds or phonemes, I'm trying to add a simple letter at the beginning. So with what I've just talked about, IGHT, for example, I could talk about 8 or fight or light, might, night, right, sight, tight, not white. I don't think wheat exists with W-I-G-H-T. And I think that's all. And so with everything on the lines, which are the letters, I am adding like a plus sign on my notebook, or like a blue color of something. I think it was turquoise or this kind of blue I had added at the time. And for every and I will do that for every column, every phoneme, and the ending word. So there will be here, for example, R, AR, R, A-R-E, and so on. And in the end, so since I haven't programmed anything quite decent to rearrange everything, every column, every lines from the board, I did some cleanups, so I decided to only take the endings that would have contained at least would have 5 lines colored in blue. So, like for example, if I take the example of IGHT again, there was 8 fight, light, might, night, right, side, tight. So there's at least like 6 or 7 words. The problem is that we can well, something that's quite neat is that we can suppress a few lines. So, for example, we can suppress the vowels A, E, I, O, U, because most of the time when we find those words, they reappear in another column for something. So, for example, if I take AR to add like a par or tar, for example, and I add the E for another ending sound to have ear, where you have pair, you have ear, of course, that is already there. That was already added, so it appears 2 times, so it doesn't count. It can count, and it disturbs a bit the harmony of, well, if I can even call this an harmony of some sort. Oh, scary. So it would be easier. So instead of having 26 lines, I would have only so AIOUs like 21. But there are also some a few other letters that wouldn't have anything, and one of them is Q. Q, for me at least, had nothing. So I would have only 20 lines, and I think I had like something like 30 to 40 columns to rearrange. So it's very it's still very complicated to talk about that. And I mean, yeah, now you have to rearrange, but it's I don't think I could call myself lazy on this one, that I was lazy to rearrange, reorganize everything with a program. I said to do that myself, and so it took like 2 or 3 hours. I had like 400 words, so I think that the total number of cells that were inside this this big giant board was about 1,000 or maybe like 2,000 cells that I had to rearrange to make sure that I start from the beginning. That would be like the root of everything, and that every column after column number 1 would be connected. Every blue cells from the columns after column number 1 would be connected in some way to the previous column. So you see that it's quite it's a very strange work I had to do. And well, in the end, after 3 or 4 hours of arranging things and so on, I finally achieved my goal of arranging everything. So of course it's partial work, since I wasn't working at all with every word I had found so far, but I still was glad to have been able to work with the J line and the Z line, because Z had already like 2 or 3 words, and I'm sure I could have added a few more now that I think of it. So you see, this work is pretty much incomplete, but I was pretty much satisfied of what I had done so far, and I'm sure that I've said this expression so many times, it's even more annoying right now to listen to me. But yes, it's quite a nice piece of work. And it seems that the enemies are slightly changing. I mean, we've encountered the red bees, or maybe wasp rather, and we've encountered later on the yellow wasp. So and now we have a few machines that are appearing. So yes, it gets a little bit more. Velvet gets a bit more variety from time to time. So at least it's not very boring for too long. Sorry, very static for too long. It changes a bit, but I mean, not necessarily counting the platform, but like things that are on the screen. Where was I again? I'm getting so much carried away. I'm very sorry for what's happening right now. But hey, I decided to take on this marathon of speech in English, of course, and decided to finish with this level. So, well, if you're still surviving at this point, well, congrats, you earned a cookie, maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure. Well, I apologize if it's a cliche to talk about cookies. So, yes, I pretty much apologize if it's the case. I'm pretty much carried away. I pretty much got carried away since the beginning. I've talked about everything and nothing, so really it's I'm not getting any sort of fatigue for now. Not very much tired. Even my I think I should change my finger for a bit. Now I think the fourth and the last finger, my pinky, very picky on this one. And I'd say yes, I should also change as well my finger on the other. So yes, I guess my finger are getting tired, but not my annoyance, or maybe my radiant annoyance for everyone. So now that I think of it, maybe it's not like maybe in the end I've miscalculated, and it's not like I think with the 9000 it would take like 5 to 10 minutes, but rather 5 to 10 minutes for 1000 steps. I mean, we changed color like 4 times now, so we would be over half done. I hope. Let me just recall what we had done. We had white, then purple, then grey, then again white, and we went back to purple. So I will just be careful of what I'm doing right now. I know that it's you see a checkpoint and you don't go on the third step of that screen, or maybe second step if you don't only count the height of the step and not the length of it. Maybe I could have a tendinite at the end, like you would earn some kind of achievement saying, "Good job, you went through this level for X amount of time. Now you earned a very nice tendinite in your hand for doing this." So yes, I really can't take a break of tapping everything in. So maybe there's like 15 more minutes of this, and I would like to reach this save point very quickly, and I also would like to be able to finish this level and not lose all this footage that is pretty much useless at this point. But well, maybe I could save at the last checkpoint, and still not this one. At the next checkpoint, take a little break of 5-6 seconds and go back and do it over again? Okay, I'm taking a small break. It's been 1 hour that I've been playing, and we'll be back in English. So be right back. Alright everyone, welcome back to the big marathon of 9,000 steps, and also the marathon of getting a tendinite as quickly as possible on your left hand by constantly tapping your jump button. So now that we've done this, I think we've done over half of it, so it lasted for 50 minutes. I really don't know what to expect. I've looked a little bit through that file of the level, and oh, maybe I should have switched with a controller instead. It would have been a bit different, and instead it would have been my right thumb or something that would have done the tapping. But well, it seems that it will be very unlucky. But oh, all right, just a tiny break. It gets a little bit harder as we go higher and higher. I do wonder, since we are going through 9,000 steps, and that was every step is at the height of Juni. So if we imagine that Juni is the height of a standard human, so I'd say it would be like 1.5 meters, so maybe like 5 foot high. Well, not standard, but let's say she's a teenager, like, and she's 5 foot high. Alright, it would be well, those steps would pretty much be the height of an average human. So let's imagine that to be easy that it's 5 feet high, so 1.5 meters, I think. So if we multiply everything by 9,000, it will be like 13.5 meters, aka 13 kilometers and 500 meters. So it would be well, pretty much it would be like 1.5 Mount Everest for us. It would be higher than the deepest point of Earth, which is located in the Mariana Trench at like negative 11,000 meters. I don't think it's 12,000. I think it's 11,000 and just like 30 or so meters. Too bad. But well, it's quite big. Well, if we took on a whole of a level in with the solar system, actually it would be quite small, because it would be at all the highest point of some planets, because on Mars there is the Olympus month, MONS, which is I think it's 25 or 26, or maybe just almost 25 kilometers high. If I remember correctly, it's like 3 Mount Everest. So we're definitely very far from the Olympus months. Yeah, we're not talking about January or March, which, by the way, for those who don't know in French, but March is Mars, so like the name of the planet. So it's not confusing at all. At least in English, it's very easier to notice the mistake than maybe in French. So yeah, maybe it's quite useful to be able to speak in not be able to be willing to speak in English for once. So I do hope that as we go through the next 1,000 steps, that we will be able to to reach everything at the end of all those steps in the end, because it seems that the underground path is blocked with this message you used, I think. So I think it's pretty much everything we have to do for now. Oh, by the way, I should have begun my video with the fact that there was two bad news. And the first bad news was that my previous footage wasn't corrupted at all, so it means that there's truly 1 hour of my annoying voice, and mostly like 45 minutes of it in English. And so you have to listen to me again, to my annoying voice for, let's say, half an hour again. So, what was I talking about before having done pauses, breaks, within breaks, within breaks, within breaks? I think I was still on my second analysis of the English language, and it takes a little bit in my left arm right now, so maybe I should, because the problem is that I can't hold down the jump button. It doesn't jump automatically by itself, so quite the thing I have right now. Maybe I could have tried to use the mouse click, but I don't think. Oh, maybe I should be fancy. Let me reach the next save points, and I will get a bit fancier. I hope that well, I say that I will getting fancier, but that doesn't mean that you will see how I will be fancier, and if I will be able to be fancier at all. But I do need to have a save point beforehand to be able to do that, so I can transfer those tickling into my right arm. And I think that would be everything I would like to do for today, if I have to. Oh, thank God. Alright, now let's switch hand. So with the same ribbon, I should be able to get through those steps very easily. So now it's my index finger from my right arm that is tapping the jump button, and my left arm that is just holding really the right and up key. So now it's less annoying for me, less tireful. I don't think this would exist, but I will be less tired to use now both hands for jumping, for tapping, not typing. But I do wonder, does the number of steps between each save point grows bigger every time? Because well, it's been I do feel like I do have to wait for quite a long time before being able to reach those points. So I think we did white, purple, gray, white, purple. Have we done gray, or have we switched directly through white again? Because I'd say that we have now done 2/3 of the whole ordeal, so should be not causing me too much trouble. I do hope that there is no precarious hidden monsters after that, just like those secret spies at some point, which made me lose like 5 minutes of of continuing. But I want to stick to a very boring routine of just counting how many screams I have counted, and how many steps do I do for every screen. and having to sum up how much time do I need to go through X number of steps, how much steps are counted in a color of steps before switching to another one. Yeah, it's a very it would be a very sad situation if I would have stuck to that. I mean, yes, it's very boring. Can't it be, but cannot it be more annoying with a speaker, a commentator accompanying you in your ascension? Maybe your ascension to heaven, probably. We don't know. We don't really know why we are here, to be honest. Like, there's nothing that was said in the description, just that we had to do like 9,000 steps, and oh, so alright, it wasn't very tricky. I mean, I do know that I'm using my left hand with for the S button and the right hand for the directional, well, the arrow keys, but I mean, I think the last time I've played like that way was like 5 years ago, when I was playing heavily on Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. I was well, it was during the recording. I have done those videos on YouTube. Last time I played, I've always played Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 with switch reversed hand control. I'd say, because to do tricks you have to type on the number pad, and for the well, directions you had to go through the arrow keys. So it's a very strange situation that I'm finding myself in again, but again I am used to that. It's just that it's been quite some time that I've done this, so I've done that rather. But who would care after like an hour and 15 minutes of well, rather like an hour of talking and speaking, and 50 minutes, especially in English, about the vocabulary that I'm currently using and how I'm using it. I mean, how much how many pages would you have to write everything that I spoke, that I've said in this hour? It would be like 7 to 8 pages, really. Just like me when I'm doing free responses in English, or music responses right now, where I'm getting carried away very quickly, and I always do like 2 or 3 pages at minimum on those exercises, or bonus exercises, rather, because now it's more like bonus exercises, since we are currently going to summer. It's like in 10 or 11 days, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I'm always scared of those bottom steps on those white blue screen, because I'm always afraid that there's like Earth Eater, maybe, that will pop out and just eat me. And since I would be able to know how many screens I crossed so far, I would be able to see where I was being eaten. I would most likely be eaten again. So, and I think it will be the longest video that will be published on my channel. I think like the first level will be done in another video. I would have to do another level, very small level to add to it, just so it's not all alone, and because it only lasted 7 to 8 minutes. I mean, come on, it would be too short for my taste to have this poor little level alone. If it was only 2.5 minutes long, well, I would have stopped and begun my ascension of the 9,000 steps, right, as I'm doing right now. But whew, it's not a very easy task. At least I do think that my left arm is getting a bit, getting some good rest right now. It's not tickling right now anymore, so it's very nice. But of course, I'm currently looking at how I'm progressing. I don't think it's like 1,000 steps. Maybe it's like more 1,500 steps, because it's too long. I'm sure I would have already done something else. I would have already changed colors at some point. Well, it's 1,500. Since I'm at 16 minutes of footage, would it be a very would it be a good number of steps? Let's see. If it's like oh, yes. Sorry, I had to take that save point. So again, it's like 3 or 4 seconds to go through the screen, and let's say that there's like 9 steps, or well, 10 steps to the screen. Let's be generous and say that the minimum of time would be like we have 150 screens to go through, and everything for 3 or 4 seconds. So if it's 3 seconds, it would be like I'd say so 450, so it would be 7.5 minutes. And if it's like 4 seconds, it would be 10 minutes long. So it's definitely, well, really I don't know when I arrived. Wait, did it change colors? No, it's no, I think it's some kind of gray-white. I don't think it changed color at all. Oh, whoa. Okay. I'm waiting. Okay, now it changed color, and good God, it's less scary on the bottom steps. So we changed colors. I'd say we are at 7,000 steps, maybe. So, and I do hope I don't have to go down again. Otherwise I will say that, well, we reached the top of the level in X amount of time, because it's an hour and you have to subtract about 8 minutes. So now we arrived at an hour and 10 minutes of ascension for Junie. Poor Junie, I'm sure she is so tired right now. I don't know what she took beforehand to be able to go through all those steps, but she has some energy inside. Well, good God, I've done so many breaks. I'm sure I have done like 30 breaks, and I still haven't finished on my language analysis from 15 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago maybe, even. Because I know I talked about the board that I had tried to organize it in such a way that the first column is the root, and every cell later on had to be at least connected diagonally to another cell after or before, but every cell had to be connected at least to the root, to the first column. And then at the end, well, I had done it, as I mentioned, and so I decided to look through another way, because, well, I mean, it's a board, so it's not very appealing to the eye to look to look at a board. I think I will just switch my hand right now and go back to the usual left hand doing the jumping, and right hand doing the walking, climbing as well. So I decided to do it manually. So after hours of switching columns and lines back and forth to be able to find a suitable way to a way that is going according to the rules I had created, I decided to take this in reality and not like inside my computer. I decided to draw a circle, or at least like, yeah, no, yes, like a circle, and 20 lines, each corresponding to, well, the lines B, C, D, F, G, H, J, K, L, M, N, P, R, S, T, V, W, X, Y, Z, and and every radius going from bottom from center to the to the smallest radius from the smallest radius to the biggest radius. It will be the columns from left to right. Left corresponding to, of course, the smallest radius, since it's the root, so it comes from the like a trunk or something like this, but it's in a plane, it's on a paper, it's not in 3 dimensions, so you can't really look at it that way. But I did draw a circle, and it was interesting to see all the connections in between those, in between everything really, because you are able to connect everything, and no root is separated from each other. That wasn't a rule. The rule mentioned that you could separate all the roots, of course, but you couldn't. Everything has to be connected to the roots, but that it doesn't necessarily mean that every line had to be connected to every root. But in the end, it happened, so quite nice. And of course, you would be wondering, well, how do you build this this thing, this like circle with circles and line radius going from the center? Well, I decided that to begin with, every 2 millimeters, I would every 2 millimeters I would go forward in the outer circles. So every radius, every column would be 2 millimeters bigger in radius than the previous one. And at the end, there was like 40 different radius, so it would be like 4 to 8 centimeter of radius in the difference between the smallest and the biggest of the circles, and every time cells would be connected in the same same column, I would have I would connect them inside the radius. So forward, you go from the column n to the column n plus 1, and with the line, you go through line A to line A minus 1 or line A plus 1. And so then diagonally, you would begin with drawing the line connecting the radius before going forward, since going forward means that you have to go through another column, and the beginning of the line begins with the previous column. So you would have to draw like sideways before going forward, and this is really, this is really bad. This is extremely bad to go through, because there's nothing, it's just random on how I could pass this. So I guess I have like 10 screens to go through before. Okay, wasn't so bad. At least it was not too far from the checkpoint or save points, but for change points. And here you go. I had like a very nice drawing that represented every connection of everything, and woo, it's very nice. And you win. All right. I don't remember the time. I think it's like an hour and 17 minutes of game time. Well, game time. Ascending time? Can I say ascending time? Really? Well, if you want to do a speedrun of going through those 9,000 steps, how was it called? This level, really? Dear Melvin? Over 9,000 steps. Well, if you want to go over 9,000 steps in less time than an hour and 15 minutes, of course I'm counting the time that I went backward to see what was down there in the underground path, and multiple times I died. I don't think that it's possible to finish this in maybe an hour and 5 minutes or an hour and 10 minutes. I don't really know. But yes, how should I do another level to accompany the first one? It may be complicated if I'm talking in English after that. Well, it will be cut anyway, so yes. No, let's call it a day on this one, and I will be doing another level later on. So, well, thank you for surviving, for those who have watched it from beginning, from start to end. Well, not really end yet, but thank you anyway. Merci tout le monde pour avoir regardé, pour ceux qui ont survécu. So, well, if you want to look through for that level, there are links in the description for Knytt Stories, Knytt Stories Plus, and the site where I'm downloading all those levels currently. And well, if you like this whole marathon of tendinitis, which I didn't catch yet, well, feel free to visit the site to download this level, this incredible level, of course. And well, if you liked it or not, well, you can give me a thumbs up or a blue thumbs up, I think. Yes, a like or a blue thumbs up. It's the way it should be. And well, if you want, for some reason, it's possible to subscribe. So if someone wants to subscribe, well, do as you wish. And well, maybe next time on another video. So thank you everyone for watching again, and maybe some other time in another video. Pigeon out.